And we're back for another episode of NBA 2K11. You see the last video where the Dallas Mavericks dominates the Boston Suns by 20, 108 to 88 for Boston. Delonte was 19, Paul Pierce 15, Ray Allen 12, Nate Robinson 11, and Kendrick Perkins 10, and the rest of the Boston Suns. And for Dallas, Dirk Nowitzki 24 points, Jason Terry 18, Jason Kidd 14, Shawnee Marion 13, Jerry Stackhouse 10, Deshaun Stevenson 9, Butler 8, and the rest of the Dallas Mavericks. So huge domination for Dallas Mavericks, and they will still on the roll and continuing rampage here in Boston. And coming up next, second matchup of the day, we're off to Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado. We got a two of the Northwest Division rivals going head to head again. It's gonna be a great one. Let's check the last time they actually two teams they met here. This was the last time, which was according on the opening night, which was the Jazz won the first met on the opening night on the floor 27. And yep, it is the first met. And then later there will be second met will be held the February 4, and then third and fourth meetings will be a first of four meetings. This is the second of four meetings. It was the second time this season. This was the second game. It was the rematch of the Western Conference first round. It was the Utah Jazz defeat the Denver Nuggets in 6. That was with Carmelo Anthony and Chauncey Billups, because the Nuggets cannot defeat against the Utah Jazz without Andrei Kirilenko. So for this game, it is going to be Darren Williams and Andrei Kirilenko of the Utah Jazz take on Carmelo Anthony and Chauncey Billups of the Denver Nuggets. The two of the Northwest Division rivals is going to be going head-to-head. Might be a great one, a potential final game of the regular season. That will be in the final meetings on April 13, 2011. And for this game, the Utah Jazz are going to use the blue shirts, and the Nuggets, I'm going to set the white shirts. And we're ready to tip off here at Pepsi Center in Denver to go on Kevin Harlan here at the Pepsi Center in Denver. Utah, Denver. From Pepsi Center in Denver. Starts now. Enjoy!
A Friday night NBA presentation. A hard-charging point guard who's a fiery competitor. Darren Williams and the Utah Jazz go up against the Denver Nuggets and their grizzled glue guy at power forward, Kenyon Martin. Coming right up.
The Nuggets have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend the home court here at the Pepsi Center in Denver. Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg as we bring you the NBA on 2K Sports. After this one game on the road, the Jazz will head back home to Utah. This is the beginning of a pretty favorable window in their schedule, Clark, with a lot of home games. Now they're looking to capitalize and to boost their standings.
You know, they've not had any trouble with this team so far. They're undefeated against them in their prior meetings, so you would think that they've got tremendous confidence when they face them.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Andrei Kirilenko and Paul Millsap are the 3 and the 4. Darren Williams and Raja Bell in the backcourt, and Okur. And for Denver, Billups and Aflalo are the backcourt. Melo, Martin, and Nene make up the frontcourt trio. And Doris Burke spoke with George Clark. Doris?
I asked him who might pose the most problems for them today, and his quick response, Darren Williams, whom he describes as one of the smartest players they have to compete against. His talent as a passer is well documented, and he said that's largely a product of his high basketball IQ. Guys, back to you.
And thank you, Doris. Anthony can't hit. And it's Utah's ball. This is the second outing of the season against the Nuggets.
Probably the major reason for the win last time out against this team, starters getting in early foul trouble. That's a killer. It affects your rotation and your substitution.
So the Utah Jazz are going to get the first points up on the board.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
Hooked away. Here's Martin. 11 points last game. Billups takes a 3. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
Kick it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
And Utah has possession. 4-point game. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Their recipe on offense was hindered by their inability to take care of the ball, to hold on to it. They gave away a lot of possessions, and they turned it over way too frequently.
Millsap inside, covered by Martin. And that one's good, Millsap. Millsap's got his first bucket of the night. Utah on lead. And here's Nene, averaging 8 points a game. Here's Martin. Flushes it in.
By the time the D reacted, it was too late. That's the way to get up there and throw it down.
Well, this is a guy, Clark, you know you can't give any space to.
Without question.
That was the Sprite Slam Cam moments ago. Highlight real action right here. Here's Williams. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Now Billups. Playing Portland. Anthony slamming it down.
Good execution on the break leads to the nice bucket.
Here's Williams. 6-point game. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz. For the Nuggets, Anderson comes in for Nene. And J.R. Smith subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. Then for the Jazz, Al Jefferson is checked in for Memo Okur. Here's Jefferson, averaging 13 points a contest. Shots good.
Great execution here. The perfect start from the field. They made all three.
Smith's shot is good. Here's Williams. 2:43 left in the first. It's dumped off. With a step back, again the Jazz score.
They're all business here. No messing around right now. Perfect shooting to start. Mark.
Pass to Anthony. And yep, that falls, and the foul is called. We'll see him shoot one from the free throw line.
Right now, Kevin, they're getting everything they want and sending a message while they're doing it.
No good, and they don't get the three-point play. Jazz trail by 6. Outside Williams. A foul called, and he earns a trip to the line. That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. The Nuggets leading by 5. The steal. Here's the break. Here's Jefferson. Hits the break with a nasty stuff.
Great D leads to easy offense.
Here's Billups, averaging 24 points per contest. Here's Smith. The basket good off the assist from Billups. Smith's got his second bucket of the night. And Utah has possession. They trail by 6. Williams with the ball. He's coming off a 22-point game against Houston. And a 3.
That's a good job. Going right back at him with the 3 of their own.
3-point lead. Left side, Billups. It's another 3 for Denver.
Look at what we've got going on here. A bit of anything you can do, I can do better with that 3 ball.
And here's Bell. Now Anthony defending. No good from Bell. 1:10 left in the first quarter. Billups kicks to Martin. Now here's Williams. Right now averaging 25 points a game. Bell's shot is good.
I tell you what, Kevin, both teams have been on a tear. This could be a very high-scoring game.
The Nuggets leading by 4. Let's it go from the wing, and it's Martin missing.
They'll allow him to get that off all day.
Jefferson passing to Williams. Stripped away. Lobs it up. Tipped. Here is Bell, covered by Martin. Phillips against Williams from downtown. Jefferson is whistled for the loose ball foul. That's his first foul. A different look for Denver. Nene, he's checked in for Anderson. Flalo comes in for J.R. Smith. And it's Lawson in for Chauncey Billups. The Jazz also changing it up. Memo Okura is checked in for Jefferson. Hayward comes in for Andrei Kirilenko. And it's Gaines in for Raja Bell. Anthony backing him down. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And that is good. Here's Williams. Now Hayward. Behind the arc. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
And here we go with Ty Lawson. First one falls for it. Both teams deciding to change it up. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Could have had more there, but at least he made it a 2-possession game.
And some great offensive action to get this one underway in the first. Nuggets lead by 4.
Well, Kevin, they've been filling it up from long range. Both three-pointers add up quickly.
The NBA here on 2K Sports.
Wednesday, February 9th, Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls go up against Deron Williams and the Utah Jazz. The East against the West. Make sure to catch it.
And it's been a tight game as the second quarter gets going. Here's Price. So with Williams on the bench, here's who's on the floor for Jerry Sloan. Hayward out there with Memo Okura. Then it's Gaines. Then there's Ron Price. And
You know, I think he thinks he's a high flyer. He must have confused himself with somebody else.
You know, he may lack a reputation for big finishes, but you wouldn't know it on that one. A flyer, that's good. Jazz trailed by 5. Here's Price. He dumps it off. Here's Gaines. That's good, and it's Price with the assist.
That's a great pass. Way to get it to the open man.
And here we go with Ty Lawson. Nene with the screen on Price. A tray. No good from Lawson. And it's Utah's ball. Trailing by 2. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Here is Hayward. And there's another one for the Jazz.
Great execution on the inbounds play, and they get the basket.
Lawson from outside. It's good. Lawson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Some players really look for the three-point shot in transition. It's one of the best times to shoot it. You have to be a sharpshooter, though, and of course, he is.
Here's Price. Hayward jacks up the triple. Lawson reels in the defensive rebound. Now a flop. Harrington inside. He really was a guy also who stepped up in that. Win against the Blazers.
Took advantage of a little bit of Black's defense right there.
Well, those chances are usually not going to go by the wayside. For the Nuggets, Kenyon Martin, he's checked in for Harrington. Anthony comes in for Ronaldo Balkan. And Chauncey Billups is subbed in for Ty Lawson. The Jazz making a switch. and he makes the free throw. Here's Price. Just over 3 minutes left in the second. Here's Millsap. Goes up. Plus the hard. He would not be denied, and they'll have a chance to make it a three-point play. It's on Aaron Aflalo. Good for the three-point play. Here's Billups. 6 points for him. Anthony right side. For three. And yes, nice assist from Billups. Anthony's got 12.
He's on fire. Whatever the defense is throwing at him just ain't working.
Here's Price. It's in. He got bumped too. He'll have a chance for one more at the line.
He came up big there against the much bigger opponent. Sweet play down low.
No good there. He's unable to convert on a three-point play. The Nuggets leading by 4. Here's Aflalo, averaging 6 points per contest.
I bet the defense was a bit surprised when they saw him finish that play.
And so here is Utah. 6-point game. And here is Okur. 17 points in his last outing. Gets the bucket.
Way to distribute the basketball.
Martin with it. They lead by 4. Takes it up. And that one's good for Billups. Billups has got his third basket of the night. Jazz trail by 6. And the Jazz call time here. A different look for Denver. Chris Anderson is checked in for Nene. And J.R. Smith subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. Then for the Jazz, Williams is checked in. Here's Okur, averaging 10 points per contest. Over Anderson, it's blocked. Smith inside, Millsap on him. The shot's good from Smith.
That's a great pass.
You've seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
That's exactly the way to play. The fans love it. It's fun for the players. I love it. And more importantly, it's tough to defend. He has almost supernatural bouncing ability. He can bounce right out of the building.
Only a handful of players have that kind of athleticism, Clark. And so here is Denver, following the bucket by the Jazz. Here's Anthony, and a foul on the shot. Will go to the strike for 2.
What a great game for Anthony in this one. 12 points, and he's connected on 2 3-pointers here as well. What energy he's shown today, whether it's on the offensive end or on defense.
Good on both.
Well, you can't top perfection. That's a great job. Perfect from the line this quarter.
Jazz trail by 8. Right side, Williams. Terlinga with it. Leads him with the pass.
Nice anticipation right there to snatch that one.
Smith's shot is good. Smith's got 9.
When he gets you going like this, you've got to double team. That's your only hope.
And here's Bell from the arc. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
Beautiful, beautiful pass. Well executed there.
Martin's in the post. Millsap covering. With a break in the action, let's now view the NBA assist leaders. Well, you look at Williams, top 5 in the NBA, and his teammates love him.
Kevin, anybody who can move the ball like this guy does is a valuable asset to a team. He actually might be more dangerous passing than shooting.
Time off. He's checked in for the Nuggets. Al Jefferson is checked in for the Jazz. Hayward comes in for Paul Millsap. The Nuggets turn it over. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You look at the Jazz. They're down at the 7th position right now. Decent start to the season, but they're looking to make a move. And, of course, the Nuggets, a couple of spots below. Here is Williams. 52 seconds left in the half. Back to Kirilenko. Here's Hayward. And there's another one for the Jazz.
Nice speed. That's the way to keep the ball moving.
The Nuggets leading by 5. Deflects the pass. Here's Anthony. Misses the 3 after the nice pump fake.
We've seen some good scrambles for rebounds, and even a bit of a fight sometimes. That's just good play inside, and that's kept this game close.
Here's Williams. Now lost in defending. Back to Kirilenko.
This is clearly the time when you want to take the last shot.
It's one-on-one. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Utah Jazz. They'll be facing the Chicago Bulls. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Knocked loose, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. Here's Martin. Here's Smith. Gets it to the ball. Smith's got 12 in the game.
Got an open look out there in transition and didn't hesitate. That's a nice shot. Boy, after a mediocre first half, the defense has really come to play here. They've picked up the intensity. They've become much more aggressive and intense at that end of the floor, and that's why they've improved their effort there.
That'll do it for the first half.
Melo having a terrific game. 16 points and 2 steals. What an opening half that was for him.
We'll be right back here from Denver.
Welcome to this Friday night edition of the HP Halftime Show. The Denver Nuggets have the lead against Utah. They find themselves out of the top 8 in their conference and need more than a couple W's to get going in the right direction. Carmelo Anthony has had himself an amazing start. At the break, 16 points. He's also added a couple steals. And still hanging in there, the Utah Jazz. It's been a struggle so far. They broke slow out of the gates and haven't been able to get up to speed. Darren Williams not looking good. He's only scored 4 points, but no handle here. He's been turning the ball over way too much. And that's going to do it. We'll see you next time.
And the second half beginning in just a few moments. Here's Williams. Kmart and May are inside. Billups and a follow of the backcourt. And Anthony. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Bell's shot is good. Here's Billups. 7-point differential. Outside Martin. A 3. And yes, a nice assist from Billups. Martin's got his second bucket of the night. Here's Williams. Goes up, connects from in close.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to. Get it up and in. Boy, he's lighting it up. And that surprises no one. This guy is just a dynamite scorer.
Here's Williams after the Nuggets pick up 2. Let's go with the 3. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
So far, looking good. Actually, looking marvelous. They've hit them all to start the second half. Get the perimeter!
The 3 from Billups. Another 3 for Denver.
He likes to shoot that 3 in transition. A lot of coaches don't like that shot, but if you make it, they'll bite their lip.
Utah calls timeout. And here we have the 2K leaderboard showing us the teams with the best free throw percentage during the past month. You look at Denver, 4th in the league, clutch when at the line.
Kevin, I'm absolutely amazed. I mean, their production at the line has been spectacular. I mean, it's been unbelievable. Well done by these guys of late.
Here's a look at what's coming up for the Nuggets. They'll be matched up against Houston. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
It's been a great game for Williams tonight. 9 points, and his 2 steals round out those numbers nicely. A terrific offensive combination, setting up teammates and knocking down the deep ball.
First free throw is good. And he can't hit the second.
This is definitely a day he'd like to forget. He just hasn't had the energy or the intensity to get it done out there. He's still scoring.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Well, I love how they attacked the defense. That was impressive. They were able to get inside, draw fouls, get to the line, and then they made the important free throws.
Make some noise, Denver. You're the Nuggets dancer. Here's Anthony. He's got 18. The Jazz with the turnover. Karolinko with it. Here's Millsap. He almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one's on Anthony.
Tough interior defense means not allowing easy baskets. Good foul.
Well, the Nuggets a talented group, but a tough bunch to coach.
Yeah, I think you're right, and George Carlo did a nice job of it. As he sees it, Kevin, he says there's more traffic. In other words, more distraction, more entourages around the players, so they have to be reeled in a bit, and George is pretty good at doing that.
Here's Williams. 10 points for him. Gets the whistle, and he'll go to the line. The first one falls. And both free throws good for Williams. The Nuggets leading by 8. Here's Phillips, and he cleans it in beautifully.
When he goes up, sometimes you think he might never come down.
Well, be the last time we see one of those slams from him. He's got 12. Outside Williams. Okur backing him down. Over to Nate. Okur, that's good. Okur's got 8.
That's exactly the kind of start that you want to see here in the second half. Good execution. Everybody contributed.
That's good. Here's Williams, averaging 26 points a game. And Phillips picks him up defensively. On deep. The shot by Williams, no good.
They couldn't get that one to go, but they're still on a great run of shooting here.
Deflected. Here's Martin, and push through with 2 hands.
You can't allow him to establish deep position like that. Once he gets it in that close, he's almost unstoppable.
Ajaba on the wing. From deep. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. 15 points in the game.
That's a good look. Very nice look.
Here's Phillips. And laying it in as that one falls through. And it's Utah's ball. They trail by 11. Outside Williams. The baseline J. Kept alive. Here's Millsap. And he drops it in on the way up. Millsap's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Denver calls timeout. And the Nuggets with some changes. Chris Anderson is checked in for Nene. Smith comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Lawson in for Chauncey Billups. Then for the Jazz, Vasenko's checked in. And it's Gaines in for Raja Bell. Lawson takes it up. Hands it to him close. Lawson's got his 2nd basket of the night.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Now Gaines. Goes up. Good. And it's Williams who picks up the assist. He's got 5.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. A little bit of a statement made there while he hung on the rim.
That's one way to make sure the whole building knows exactly what you just did. Now here's Williams. He's got 12. And Gaines gets it. To go on the assist by Williams. Here is Lawson. They have a 9-point lead.
The lob was a little misjudged, and he couldn't get control of it.
Here's Williams. Blocked. And the first one at the line is good. And he makes both free throws. Here's Lawson. 5 points in the game. And here's Anthony for 3. Another 3 for Denver.
Wow, talk about confidence and attitude. He dropped that fast break triple right in the defender's face.
Here's Gaines. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. He's got 9.
I thought that was a real good job to look for the shot they wanted and then be patient enough to wait for it.
The shot's good from Lawson.
Right now, he's just too good, Kevin. Way too good. They need to bring a second defender and try to make him give up the ball.
And so here is Utah. It's a 10-point game. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Williams. Again, the Jazz score.
Well, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first. Don't let him shoot that.
Millsap against Martin. Open look. And again, it's Denver.
Speed kills after every rebound with bucket. They're pushing it ahead down the floor. They're killing them on the break.
Here's Williams. And the bucket is good. Williams has got 18 points. Here's Smith. Baseline jump. Big-time shot to beat the buzzer.
To be cool and confident to hit a shot like that. He is, and he delivers.
We played for 3 in the double-digit game going on here. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, he continues to make an impact on the defensive end, Kevin. He's made some key steals.
And we'll get back to the action right after this.
Next Thursday night, Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers go up against Paul Pierce and the Boston Celtics. Be there.
And now let's send it to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Spark of the game. Doris?
Hi, guys. Well, it was the stretch by the Nuggets that garners the Sprite Spark today. In the second quarter, they made a big run, and that could prove to be the story of the game, gentlemen.
Doris, thank you. Big scoring run there was the spark they needed.
Everything started to synergize, and once the ball was rolling, there was no stopping.
Here is Billups. And so in the game for the Jazz. Darren Williams and Raja Bell in the backcourt. Memo Okura is out there with Hugh and Myers. Now here's Billups.
Well, he's having some trouble with the ball right now after a pretty clean and sharp first half where he coughed it up just once, Kevin.
Outside Williams. Puts up the tray. And again, it's the Jazz from deep. For 3. Here's Smith. It's tipped. Now ball. It's in. And the Nuggets lead by 9.
Wow. It's been all offense all game. Everybody's got the hot hand.
Here's Miles. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. The Nuggets leading by 6. Anderson behind the arc. And yes, a nice assist from Billups.
Great assist on that basket. He's seeing the floor well, and he's making some beautiful passes.
Utah calls timeout. Nene, he's checked in for Denver. Swallow comes in for J.R. Smith. The Jazz also changing it up. Millsap comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Ronnie Price has subbed in for Deron Williams. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Jerry Sloan had to say to his team. He was clearly fuming. He told them, you guys look like you're sleepwalking out there. He said, I don't know if you rolled out of the wrong side of the bed this morning or what, but we've got to step up and wake up. Guys?
And the shot's good from Nene. Here's Price. Wow, 3.5 minutes left in the game. Here's Bell. That's good, and it's Price with the assist.
Not bad, partner. If he keeps this up and they can get a few stops, they should be able to narrow this margin.
Harrington. Well, that's the good at the assist from Billups. Harrington's got his first points of the night. Price kicks to Okur, and that drops in off the glass for 2.
That's a terrific play. All he had to do was catch it and finish.
Here's Billups. Laid in with the team draped all over him.
That's a heck of a job to lay it in around the taller defender, Kevin. Lovely, agile finish.
Here's Price. And again, it's the Jazz from deep. Here is Billups. With an assist this trip down, he'd have 10 for the game. Into Nene. Buries the short range shot. Nene's got his 4th bucket of the night.
You know, it went in, but even if it didn't, you could call getting a shot that close a successful offensive trip, a good quality look.
Price kicks to Okur. 18 feet away. That's good, and it's Price with the assist. And they cut it to 6.
His height is really an advantage on that medium-range jumper. He can just rise up and pop it right over the defenders and get a good shot every time.
And Utah has possession. They trail by 6.
Excellent defense, and the steal earns them a quick bucket in transition.
Denver calls timeout. They're in front by 4. 1:58 left to the 4th. For the Nuggets, Martin comes in for Al Harrington. And Carmelo Anthony will sub in for Ronaldo Papa. Andrei is checked in for Utah. Williams comes in for Ronnie Price. Here's Anthony. And here's Martin. It's the hammer down. They're behind by 6. 1:51 left in the game. Here's Okur. On the low block. Again, the Jazz score.
He's had a strong 4th quarter thus far, really providing his team with a lot of offense.
Here's Anthony. Nails it from close range. Anthony's got 25 points in the game. Jazz trail by 6. Outside Williams. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound.
Well, we can't believe that one didn't fall. Those are usually automatic.
Here's Billups. And Denver again with the ball. Here's Williams. 1:24 left in the 4th. And Millsap back it in. And for 3, Bell. The shot is off. Now Denver takes it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all. And Kev, that's only his first giveaway for the game.
Kirilenko dishes to Williams. Easy shot. That's good. Williams has got 23 points. Here's a follow. 54 seconds left in the game. Less than 1 minute left. And the Jazz call time here. They're losing by 8. 51 seconds left to the fourth. Here's Millsap. For three. And Rajabel, good for three. He's got 20.
He's been hurting him out there, Kevin, and I'm still waiting for the defense to make the adjustment to stay there on him.
Here is Billups. Williams picks him up. And that one's good for Billups. Billups has got 21.
With a comfortable lead, they should be able to finish this one off.
And here we go with Darren Williams. Right side, Williams. Inside, Kirilenko. Baseline, Jane. And again, it's Utah.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot.
Time call. Here, the Nuggets decide to talk it over. They lead by 5. 25 seconds left in the game. The Nuggets making a switch here. Lawson's checked in.
He got too casual with the ball there, and it led to a steal. Time is getting short now. If they don't get some quick points, game over.
Bell with it from deep three-point range.
You know, he can sink it from out there. It didn't happen that time, but at least it's in the back of the defense's mind. He will let it fly from there. Let it close out an opponent. Kevin, I think we're done here.
And the Jazz call time here. They're down by 7. 7 seconds left to the fourth. Clark, what are your thoughts?
They're going to talk strategy or perhaps what's on the dinner menu tonight. Because this one is really about over. They have no chance of winning this one.
So the Nuggets win it. They came. They saw. They conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
Now it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Brand Player of the Game, Carmelo Anthony.
What a close game here in Denver. So the Nuggets defeat the Jazz by 7, 106-99. For Denver, Carmelo Anthony 27 points, Chauncey Bell 21 and 10, Jared Smith and Kenya Martin 14, Aaron Flower 9, Lawson and 87, and the rest of the Denver Nuggets. And for the Utah Jazz, Darren Williams 23 and 12, Raja Bell 20, Manny Okor 16, Paul Millsap 10, Sonny Games 9, and the rest of the Utah Jazz. What a close game in the contest, so the Nuggets will defeat the Utah Jazz. And now we going to February 5, we have a Super Bowl weekend. Dallas, Charlotte, Atlanta, Washington, LA, New Orleans, Oklahoma City, Utah. We have Portland, Cleveland, Memphis, Houston, Detroit, Milwaukee, Denver, Minnesota, Chicago, Golden State, and our daily games. So simulate on this night right now. And Alofer just hurt for shin splints day to day. Oh no! Another out for the season. That's gonna do it. Darius Songanya is out for the season due to the torn patella tendon. No way, he injury again. Darius Young is twisted ankle, and Bernard Udrin is back for the lineup. Devin Harris is set. Alright, let's check out what happened here. What's going on here? And the Mavericks extending 17-game winning streak as the Mavs continue on the rampage. Wizards win, Lakers win, Jazz win, keeping it again. We got the Blazers, the Rockets, the Bucks, the Nuggets, and the Warriors. Wow, actually defeat the Bulls. So now we move on to February 6th. We got the Clippers net, the Clippers Heat, Pacers net, Sixers Knicks, and the only game we have an ABC Sunday showcase. We're off to TD Garden, Boston for the Super Bowl weekend. This is Super Bowl Sunday on the same day. That was round 3, features the rematch of the Eastern Conference Finals. Gonna be Orlando Magic and the Boston Celtics, the two best teams in the East, will be meet for the 3rd time. And it was the same day on Super Bowl Sunday. It was Super Bowl 45 here at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, featuring Ben Roethlisberger of the Pittsburgh Steelers take on Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers, and eventually realized won by the Green Bay Packers to win the Super Bowl 45, and that this was the most recent Super Bowl title, both Super Bowl appearance for both Green Bay and Pittsburgh. Can't wait to see for the Super Bowl rematch, Super Bowl Sunday tonight. Check out the power rankings. Has to move now on February 6th. Lakers, not Mavericks. The Mavericks go down to number 2. Lakers up to number 1 again. Magic is up to 3. Heat is up to 4. Celtics is up to 5. Rockets up to 6. They is 6. Bulls still the 6. 7. Bucks 8. Spurs 9. Suns 10. Nuggets 11. Thunder 12. Jazz 13. Blazers 14. And the rest of this. And now we move here. We got the playoff standings right here so far. Still the same here. We got the Celtics, Magic, Heat, Bulls, Bucks, Hawks, Wizards, and the Caps. And the hunt was Philadelphia 76ers. And from the West, Dallas Mavericks, Los Angeles Lakers, Houston Rockets, Oklahoma City Thunder, San Antonio, Phoenix Suns, Utah Jazz, and Denver Nuggets. Now take the 8th place over the Golden State Warriors. So, we're gonna look now in the playoff. We're gonna take a trade. So the trade deadline is approached. Let's check out the what's happened to the transaction report. And Chase Buninger is done. The cold recall from the Vipers. That's just what happened. And sent down. So Sondiana Gaines is down. It's going to another team. Go on Utah Flash. Unbelievable. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way happening. There's no happening to Utah Jazz. So Sondiana Games is done. And now it's time for the trade deadline. We need to go on in the India Pacers or New Jersey Nets. We're thinking we're gonna have to get a trade before. But going to Phoenix Suns trade, we need to get it to the Phoenix Suns trade. We're gonna go to the trades and which team needs to trade. Not allowed to see here already. Trade. No, I don't want the Robin Lopez. let's see Robin Lopez that actually play as a starter. Let's see the Phoenix Suns there. Yep, it was Stunted. I need to get it for... I'm gonna set... Okor will move up to 4. And then Ben and Udrit will be back in the lineup. So we're gonna replace 2 Francisco Garcia will move down to the 5 minutes. Cannot move the player because of... We'll move up to back to original 5 minutes. We're gonna take it away for the return in lineup. Marcus Cousins will move down to 20 minutes. 21 minutes I believe. And 22 minutes. And he's 18 minutes for other people. So we're gonna take it up to return. Ben and Udrit will be back in the lineup. I believe it'll go 27 minutes for the game. So each gonna get Robin Lopez, not gonna go to trade. So Josh Childress will likely to go to trade, or no. Likely is the Aaron Clark will go to the other team when they go to the Phoenix Suns. I need to get a trade to protect the not allowed the games. Alright. So Aaron Clark will go to the Phoenix Suns to get off this sign. Go the trade with the trade too, I believe. The 2 players not gonna get the trade here, so we're not gonna go with the New Year Knicks. So we're gonna go with Sean Marks. So Sean Marks was going to another center. And we need the power forward is done. So we need to keep it for the other people. We're gonna take Grant Hill will move up to 16 minutes. So for New Orleans, we're gonna go take some Chris Paul. So we're gonna take Thurton will move up to 36 minutes. Alright. So time to move on our trade deadline complete on our trade change. Alright, so we skip up to the Sixers next. So you have the Clippers and the Heat, and Heat win. Nets and the Pacers and the Nets will win. And last but not least, Philadelphia and New York. Keep in mind the Knicks are keeping losing streak can still peril and still danger. And okay, so New York Knicks don't care about it. Right now, the New York Knicks will get another win. And finally, they snap a home game losing streak. They snap the home game losing streak for the New York Knicks. How many New York Knicks are? How many got the home game losing streak? How many we have at home game since the last game? They failed. I believe yeah, that was the last game they started New Jersey Nets. They began the New Jersey Nets, and they start first, second, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So alright, so it looks like the New York Knicks snapped the 16 game home losing streak. Let's check out the stats first. We need to check the stats for Miami and Clippers. Dwayne Wade 31 points, LeBron James 25 as LeBron James to prepare for Super Bowl weekend. Chris Bosh 20 and Eddie House 10, and for LA Clippers, Eric Gordon 26, Ryan Gums 16, Butler 11, Kamen and Griffin have 9. Nets beat the Pacers, Outlaw has 34, Brook Lopez 25-13, Devin Harris 19, Morrow 11, and Murphy 10 in the rest of the New Jersey Nets. And for the Pacers, Collison 28, Dunleavy 16, Watson 10, George and Hansbrough 9, Herbert 8. And then, for the New York Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers, Danilo Gallinari 23, Raymond Felton not even triple-double. Same with Gallinari have double. Steinmar 13, Chandler 12, Randolph 11, and Douglas 10. And then for the Philadelphia Sixers, Lou Williams 16, Elton Brown 14 and 9, Spencer Hose 13-12, Evan Turner 10, Alwyn Holiday and Iguodala 9. So, we need to check the free agency updates, which will go to the other team so far. I believe we get to go to Boost on the Bobcats. So Flip Murray will likely to go on the Bobcats, which only 2 signs. There's Roaster's foot. Let's go on the Boost, I believe. How many players this? We're gonna take the youth. We need another Hornets or Jazz. So since what happened without Sundiana games, Jarvin Hayes, which the team was, I believe, going no longer New Jersey Nets, gonna have to get in to the Portland Trail Blazers for only 2 signs. And then Joe Smith will likely to go to LA Lakers. And he didn't have the money. Now he don't have money since if they have that, and looks like it looks like we ran out of the money. We lost the money. How about Ime Aduka? Which team was go? I believe they go to stay with Sacramento Kings. Sacramento Kings in the lineup here. Alright, so Amy Udoka still go to the Kings. And looks like we don't know what happened. Joe Smith, I don't know, gonna have to take the trade if they not trade. And looks like that line to the Atlanta Hawks because of it's not likely to go on. And which they gonna take the boost? No, it's no money now. Let's see the other trade deadline's gonna take it. Before I have to get it. Let's see the Francisco also didn't play. And likely they no longer go to Bucks. And they're gonna go to other team. They have to get it Wizards since. And he don't have money too. He has deadline too. Mike James, what the play was, I believe also Washington Wizards. So, or Anthony Johnson likely go to no longer, I believe they go back. They're going to Minnesota Timberwolves, I believe. Mike James unlikely to go to the Houston Rockets. And that's gonna wrap up for the trade. It's gonna wrap up for free agency updates. Alright. So it's time to save now. Looks like how many have a people here. We need to get other peoples. So looks like the best player in the team is the useless. Look at the control. I like the control. Actually, they play. So far, let's see what happened. Calendar, what's happened? So far, no play yet in either the Hornets because of Alpha start. The New Orleans Hornets are only 0. Second, it was the New Jersey Nets, Indiana Pacers, Detroit Pistons, and Toronto Raptors, along with the Minnesota Timberwolves. So looks like they're gonna become bad games. Alright. It's gonna wrap up here today as we reach the 1 hour once again. It's gonna wrap up here. I will need to quickly get out of here. So now that we're gonna wrap up here today here in Denver, and tomorrow we have a one game. Tomorrow night we're off to TD Garden in Boston featuring round 3, the rematch of the Eastern Conference Finals. Is gonna be Dwight Howard and Vince Carter of the Orlando Magic take on Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen of the Boston Celtics. And you see the NBA All-Star Weekend concludes that, and tomorrow we have an All-Star game features the USA Stars, the USA Stripes, and the Team Word. That's pretty much it here at Pepsi Center in Denver. The Nuggets defeat the Jazz by 7, 106 to 99. This is Andrei Kenshin say so long, but later we have NBA 2K14. What episode now? We are now episode 15 of the Win Random Teams edition. Which team we're in our team right now? Time to take care and peace out. Goodbye and see ya later for NBA 2K14. Peace.